We're going to call the June 2025 Park Board and Recreation meeting together. We'll stand to order. We'll stand to the pledge.
It's June 30th.
Huh?
June 30th.
What did I say? It's June 2025.
I know, but today's the 30th.
Yes,
Did
June
we
30th.
announce it? Is it 30th meeting? Or 20th?
It's the June 2025 Park Board meeting.
We just held on the 30th.
The month of June.
Yes.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and for the record, it is June 30th, 2025.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss a week,
No, because we've
because I can get confused.
had a couple
Hiccups.
hiccups, exactly. Roll call.
Mike Moffett,
Here.
Pat Connolly, Stephanie Kreisbaum, Mary Robert,
Here.
Eric Velisca.
Here. Approval of the minutes. Looking for a motion to approve the May 20th, 2025 minutes as posted.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May 20th.
We have a motion by Eric Velisca. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Mary Roberts. All in favor of approving the minutes signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried. Old business, Gates Park updates. Do we have any? We don't have any updates on it today. New business, looking for a motion to approve Task Order 2201, Addendum 2 for the design engineering for an amount not to exceed $70,000, and for construction engineering for an amount not to exceed $87,000 for the Gates Park. This is our final, we're paying everything off, this is it, we're done with all the bills out there. This is basically, everything's gotten together, and this is what, our final payment will be. So I'm looking for that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the task order 2022-01 addendum for not to exceed $70,000 and the construction engineering not to exceed $87,000 for the Gates Park.
We have a motion on the floor by Pat. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Eric Velisca. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. B, looking for a motion to approve the Timberlane Park Award.
I'll make a motion to approve the Timberland Park Award.
We have a motion on the floor by Mary Roberts. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Pat. Do we have any discussion on that?
No?
All in favor of the motion? You say no?
No.
All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Letter C, the approval of the 2025 independent contractors agreements for Jennifer Hall and Ben Hall for pickleball lessons. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts for Jen Hall and Ben Hall for pickleball lessons.
We have a motion by Eric Velisca. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Mary. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Letter D, the approval of a 2-year agreement with the NWI Town Planner for calendar advertising. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2-year contract with the NWI Town Planner.
We have a motion by Eric Velisca. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Pat. Any discussion? All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Letter E, approval of the contract with Sensational Sounds for DJ services at the 2025 Touch a Truck event on August 23rd, 2025. That's for $200. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval of the contract for Sensational Sounds for the DJ services in the amount of $200.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Eric Velisca. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Fun stuff. Consider requests to purchase. Letter A, looking for a motion to purchase 8-foot-high black vinyl chain link fence with black slats at Heartland Park from A Plus Fence LLC in the amount of $73,050 and $0.
That's great.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion for the 8-foot-high black vinyl chain link fence with the black slats at Heartland Park from A Plus Fence LLC in the amount of $73,050.
We have a motion on the floor by Pat Connolly. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Mary Roberts.
Is that going to take the place of all the current?
They're gonna
White
come
slats
in
that
and
are by
remove
the,
everything. They're gonna, some of them will have to actually cut it out. Some of them are just gonna cut off at the ground. Either way, they're removing all that fencing, and now we're gonna put in the steel chain link fence. So the baseballs don't break it, people don't kick it through the wind and all that. So this will be an 8-foot. We were gonna go with the 6-foot, but we didn't think that would be right. It's a
Yeah.
little bit too short, so that's why we thought 8-foot. We had a couple other ones in there.
Good.
We had a couple other bids in there. This was the cheapest. So I believe that's one they're recommending we go with.
That'll look good, I think.
So we have a motion and second on the floor. We had a motion by Pat, second by Mary. All in favor, signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A. And it's carried 4-0. Letter B, the Community Center acrylic LED double-sided sign from Chi-Town Signs and Lighting, 163, number 163, in the amount of $42,026.00.
I have a question on that.
All right.
Now, with that particular sign, does that need to be approved by the town council? Because
Because it's a sign,
rumor has it, there's stories about the LC high school sign.
is what?
There's rumors about the LC high school sign. I don't want to go into it here, but I just want to make sure that if we approve it, we don't purchase the sign and all of a sudden they say it's too high or whatever, and then we got to go get another sign.
We can make the motion pending town council approval.
Yeah,
Or
I just,
whatever.
yeah, because I didn't know if
Have them,
the,
you know, just have them sign off that.
right,
that
yeah, I
them
just
or
didn't want,
Whatever.
I just wanted to make sure that, you know, they were on board as well. That's
And I
all.
know some of the other things, the sign ordinances have changed, because we used to be 0 neon signs, and we had some signs. Part of the one that you were talking about before was it was all masonry, couldn't see through it. They never approved that, they built it, then they said, we don't like it, made them tear it down, and the whole bottom half of it, now you can see through it, so you can see traffic coming. There were different reasons at that time. I don't know the exact sign ordinance.
Right.
So, I mean,
I just want to make sure that we don't approve something and then
right.
they
So-
build it and then they tear it down and we have to approve more money for it, you know
Well,
what
I mean, what I would recommend is we approve the purchase as long as it's, you know, however.
As long as it gets okayed with us and the town
Approval
council.
through Billy or
Yes.
through the town council,
Correct.
whoever has to do that.
Okay, yes, sir.
Which one is that? That's B, right?
Yes.
So you still got to make a motion, right?
So make a motion, community center acrylic LED double-sided sign from Chi-Town Signs and Lighting in the amount of $42,026 pending the confirmation or approval of the town manager or the town council. Just to make sure that we're going by the code.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the Chi-Town Signs and Lighting, number 163, in the amount of $42,026 upon approval.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Pat, we have a second by Mary Roberts. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A. And it's carried 4-0. Letter C. For 32 sports lights, 500 watts, 120 to 277 volts, 40 BAM, labor lift rental for Civic Park for Universal Lighting of America, number 603, in the amount of $49,215.00.
I'll make a motion to approve the lights at Civic Park from Universal Lighting of America Incorporated, number 603, in the amount of $49,215.
We have a motion by Eric. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Pat. Again, these are the Civic lights that we were looking at. Musco came in,
Much
it was
needed,
it was
yeah.
just like, it was just a little too much.
Right.
Much
We're trying to
needed.
cut back. This is obviously about $100,000 less than what, or the other ones out there. There was another one, I think it was Boonder or something. They were about $5,000 more than this price. Seemed like a good, reasonable company. They seem to think this is a good company, so,
It's a much needed upgrade.
yeah, definitely, because half the lights are out. Any other discussion? We have a motion by Eric, second by Pat. All in favor, signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A. It's carried 4-0. Letter D, community center parking lot lighting from Zorco Technology, number 825, in the amount of $69,443.00.
I'll make a motion for the community center parking lot lighting from Zorco Technology in the amount of $69,443.
We have a motion by Mary. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Eric. Again, these are these are just the general parking lot lighting for the community center.
One quick question. I see that in letter C and D, we have two different contractors putting up lights. Is there any way that before this stuff happens and whatnot, we can work it out with one contractor and maybe get some type of deal, if they
I know
get both
one of the
jobs?
differences here is one sports lighting for sports fields.
Okay,
So it's part of the thing where they go and they actually aim them and accurate.
Right.
So it's not shining.
so they're a
out.
specialty.
They're specialty
Gotcha,
kind
okay.
of lights. And they're like an athletic light installation type of thing.
They focus straight
They
down
do
on the field and
parking lot
whatnot.
lights, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think that one was in. Oh, I'm looking right at it.
They didn't bid on the other one. They didn't bid on the other job.
Yeah, but maybe they don't, maybe they don't do
Zorco didn't
it.
bid on the
Right.
other.
Yeah, I know
on
the
sports lights.
lighting companies, there's only like two of them, I think, and they.
It was like Zorco
specialize
and
in
Midwest Electric. Midwest is like the ones that does all like the stop lights.
Yeah, it was just a question I had, that's all. We're all good.
Then there was Austin. They're at 92,000. Midwest was at 68,000. And like I said, Zorco was 69,000, so it's $10,000 less going this route. We have a motion and a second on the floor. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor? Signify with an aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Letter E, Larimer Park basketball court repairs from HSC Pavement Maintenance, Inc., in the amount of $11,522.
I'll make a motion to approve the Larimar Park basketball court repairs in the amount of $11,522.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second by Pat. Basically, I don't know if you guys remember Larimer, when we first put it in, I think you were here, Pat.
Yes.
We gutted that one out, put all new underlayment, gravel, blacktop, everything, got it in. About 3 months after we happened, somebody went out with a four-wheeler and just did donuts on it with the little steel knobs, tore up the basketball court. Didn't really want to fix it at the time because it was kind of expensive. Now we're starting to get a few cracks here and there, so we're basically go back in, we're fixing the cracks, repainting it, repainting the lines, repainting everything there, just basically redoing, so that's what this bid's for.
Okay.
Touch up.
Touch up and fix the repairs.
Yes, sir.
Or fix the cracks and, because there was something in there that they said they have to fix those scratches in the surface. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A, and it's carried 4-0. Number 7, reports and correspondence. Any board members have anything? You have anything, Mary?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment?
Nope.
I don't have anything. Eric?
Nope, all good.
Pat?
I just want to say it was a nice little turnout for the pickleball courts.
Yes, it
So-
was.
Definitely.
Looking forward to Freedom Fest.
Yeah.
I saw the picture and everything. It was good. Wish it could have been there. I was in Kokomo.
We all got something going on.
Right, right. That time of the year. Town staff.
Yep, I'll give a little thing. So we still have 4 more weeks of summer camp left. Registration is still open for that, and you can register on Rec Desk. And this Saturday, like you mentioned, we have our Freedom Fest that runs from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Heartland Park. We have many food vendors. We have games for the kids, beer garden, live music. This is a great event for the whole family. Fireworks start at 9:30, and we hope to see you all there. And yep, that's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Nope.
Town manager. Payment of the bills. Looking for a motion for the accounts payable voucher, to pay the accounts payable voucher dated June 30th, 2025, representing payments for the payroll supplies, services, and equipment rendered to the Parks and Recreation Board for the town of St. John in the combined total of $87,764.59.
I'll make a motion.
We have
for the accounts payable voucher to the Park and Recreation Board of the Town of St. John in a combined total of $87,764.59.
We have a motion by Pat. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Eric Belisca. All in favor of paying the bills, signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an nay, and it's carried 4-0. Number 9, public comment. We have public comment, or if we have any public comment, you can step up to the thing, just say your name and your address for us. What was your first name? Olga. OGA? OLG, okay. I didn't get it either last time. All right, sorry.
So I'm not sure if I need to repeat everything that we talked about last time at the meeting. I don't know if it was recorded, they said it was going to be recorded, but, I mean, I am here for the concern of the pickleball court. So,
Basically, you can just address, because I was there, but like I said, that was just kind of, it was recorded that you obviously spoke with myself, a couple other people. This is the actual park board. So I would just kind of just go with them, because not all of them are all on the same page.
so go through my concerns.
I would just let them know what you're here for. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first one I would say is the park hours, starting at 6 a.m., ends at 9 o'clock on weekdays, 10 o'clock on weekends. 6 a.m. is really early, so, for us that don't work on the weekends and don't get up that early, we're getting up because of the noise coming from the pickleball courts. So that's probably our top concern. Privacy is another concern that we have.
Can we address them one-on-one to make it easier, for me at least? The only thing that I believe that we went on that is construction. Construction can start at 6, and basically curfew is like 10:30 at night. So that's where I think, I'm in the opinion of, that's where I think that we came up with the hours for the pickleball course. We figure if they can do construction and make noise, I don't think it would bother residents if we started the pickleball courts at 6. We haven't had a discussion on it or anything, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. But I'd like to address them one by one and just tell you how I feel as well. So that's the only thing I would say on that. If you have rebuttal, please tell me, and because we'll probably talk about it later,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like things like construction, mowing the lawn, things like that are like a one-time, short period type of occurrence.
But you'll have everybody do that. I get what you're saying, but if there's any
We
construction,
haven't had construction since the houses were all built.
right, but
So
there,
I haven't had a concern about construction. I knew when the houses were being built around me that it was temporary. I'm fine with that, just like mowing the lawn. It's once a week of that. Everybody doesn't mow their lawn at 6 a.m. And we respect each other. We're a community. The pickleball court is from spring to fall, every year. So that's more of a ongoing issue, except for like a temporary, short-term occurrence. That's what I would say for that. Okay. Privacy, we don't have privacy anymore. Like you guys saw, you guys are probably there was a lot of people. That's like that all the time, especially if it's a beautiful day. So cleaning our backyard, we don't have any privacy anymore to our backyard. The other one,
okay,
does anybody want to say it?
to address that one as well, the only thing I could say about it, like I said, I'm sure we're going to address all these questions, as a board, but on that issue is, I'm not saying anything bad, but a lot of people don't come to these park boards, and Mike and I were on park board previous to the one that was just here, and that's when we started the pickleball courts. So as Mike said, Mike Bovat, the town manager, or not manager, what is he?
Town council.
Councilman. Like he said, it's been 3 years in the making. So I get your concerns, don't get me wrong, but it's built already. And not saying that, I don't want to pinpoint you and just you, because you're here speaking and, trying to get answers. But where was everybody 3 years ago when it started?
Well, what I would say, because I think that came up before, like, you don't know how loud a pickleball court is going to be until you live around a pickleball court.
I back up to the park right here. I know exactly. I know exactly what you're saying.
Even in our homes, like, did think that we would hear it in our homes? No. I mean, I'm not trying to cause ruckus.
Yeah, no,
Or, you know, it is a true concern. So that's why we're here now versus 3 years. I mean, I didn't even know that pickleball court was talked about 3 years ago. You know, the builder told us it was gonna be soccer fields. We knew that the walk path was there. It was halfway built already. Then they built the whole thing. That's all we knew. Nobody ever told us, nor did I, you know, come to any meetings.
just so you know, builders aren't gonna tell you anything.
Of course, because they want people to get the lot.
Right.
There was a lot of lots available. We didn't have to choose the lot that we chose, and we paid a premium for that lot because no houses were in back of us. So, I mean, that's the knowledge that we had at the time, and we didn't think to go to a meeting, because I've never lived around a pickleball court. I've never even played pickleball. I didn't know how loud the balls were. I knew nothing. So to raise concern of something that I had no knowledge of was, you know, difficult. Like, we didn't even think about it. Because we don't mind the park or people having things to do. It's the noise that it is causing in our homes and even being outside. It's rowdy.
Yeah.
It's loud out there.
And my question to you would be is because my wife actually was voted to speak for everybody on an issue with St. John, the school. And now, years later, she's still getting blamed for her being the only one. So let me ask you, I don't want to be rude or ignorant, but are you speaking for the community of people who live there, or are you just speaking for yourself?
I mean, I'm speaking for the neighbors that were here last week.
Okay.
The Garcias were here.
Yeah, it was my fault, and I apologize. I had a family thing, and I wasn't here, so I apologize. And that's the only reason I'm asking as well.
Yeah, there was 3 households that were here last time. They couldn't make it because they're working. But, I mean, yeah, I'm speaking for behalf of us 3, and I can't speak on behalf of any other
Okay.
property. And then I think the last one was the after hours. People are not respecting the park hours that are set. Like, even yesterday, the people actually brought their own lights and were playing after 9 o'clock. And I know the Garcia said it. I had never seen it until yesterday. And I'm like, wow, they are actually bringing their own lights and continuing to play. And I didn't see a patrol out there patrolling. Then I know you guys can't do anything about that, but maybe put it in a newsletter, like, respect the park hours, because people actually do live around here. You know, it's not just a park, it's a community, it's a neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I mean, most parks are closed at a certain, they're labeled, so, I mean, I think that is something we could look into as far as having
That was something
patrol come by and
there never
look,
was
'cause-
park hours until we did that, like, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Where we made actual park rules.
Right. I
So
mean,
I think it's 10, I think it's the same, we went the
and
same.
if those are
6 to
town
10.
rules, that is something we could have
And that is something-
patrols
well,
enforce,
that's
I think.
something-
I think
Like
that's
us
an
as the
easy
board,
fix.
that we don't enforce that. And I said that, Mr. Garcia and you guys before, that's something you would call the police, and the police would come out there, you know, and say, hey, guys, come on.
Just stop them. I'm so tired of calling the police.
Well, I mean, if you call me,
Well,
you call me, I'm not coming out there. I'm just telling you, as a board, we're not gonna come out there. I know, but I'm just saying, as a board, that is not us. We can put a sign up to put the hours there, that's easily. I mean, is there a way we could put locking fences? I don't know. We did that over here, and it was $100,000, it was something crazy for the bathrooms.
But I've always lived around the park, and I get what you're saying wholeheartedly, but if we lock the fences, they're just gonna jump the fence and play.
Right, no, I'm just
So-
saying, I'm just thinking of things that, you know, we could discuss and everything. I know they've planted several trees for you already, that you're very upset that they're growing too slow for you. I'm sorry, it takes time for trees to grow. They started turning the lights off this week at 9 o'clock for you. That was because of you guys complaining. So I know we are trying to help you out. I know we're waiting on some of the reports. We're contacting the police chief to see how many actual police reports we have. I don't know where that's at. It's something where they got to actually go in and say. I've also mentioned to you guys the other night, when stuff like this happened, contact the police chief, contact would be the patrol commander. Contact him and just say, hey, every night at 10 o'clock, this is happening. Is there a way, I know you guys are busy, but maybe have someone swing in there every night at 10:15 or 10:30, have a guy cruise it, because when you say they don't patrol it, they're not going to patrol the park unless they have enough going on, as you can tell in our town. You know, when you have 2 to 3 guys out, well, minimum 3, you know, sometimes 4, they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm over there, there might be something going on at Heartland Park I don't know about unless somebody tells us or calls the police chief. That's the thing. It's like we're a community. It sucks that you guys moved in somewhere that, you know, you're not happy with. Unfortunately, I can't see the pickleball courts going anywhere. There's a lot of stuff we can do, and we're trying to, like I said, we've already planted trees. You know, they've already started turning the lights off at 9 instead of 10s on the weekends. I know we're trying to meet in the middle. We're not just saying, you know, we don't care, have a good day. We're trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're trying to do something. Like I said, this has been going on, I've been on the park board for 5 or 6 years. We've been working on this, the whole thing, for over 5 or 6 years. Our kids, a couple of us, our kids were playing on those fields football 8 to 9 years ago. There was plans at one time, they're gonna build some kind of a stadium there. So when they say it was just gonna be soccer fields, I don't know where that came from, I don't know who that came from. But at one time, they were talking about putting full soccer football fields out there. And then there would have been like some kind of a stadium, like, you know, with seating and lighting and announcers and everything. Like, there's a lot that's been going on that was gonna be out there. But the actual skate park, that's been, what, 5 years in the making? So that's been going on for 5 years. Because before we even dug ground, it was,
I'm just,
and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying, it's unfortunate, there's a park there, you guys moved next to park, and it's, everyone said nothing's on the east side. You guys never do anything for the east. All you do is Heartland. So we did everything we could over here, and everything we did, we put out disclaimer, what do you want, what do you want? Everybody's telling us what they want. Skate parks was number one, pickleball courts. They want more pickleball courts over there right now. We're looking at more pickleball courts out there. I mean, this is,
I would just take into account like privacy and noise and like get no sound barriers and, which can be windbreakers, and actually the players would probably love, because they can't really play very well in the wind. So it could be a win-win for everybody if they put windbreakers, which could be sound breakers, which could give us privacy.
like I said, the trees have been planted, they're planting trees. Those trees eventually will be good trees, but it's gonna take 5 or 10 years. That sucks for you guys, because you gotta wait that long. Well, good. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, I don't know what you want us to say. We're trying to help you out.
And
If
I
it's
get-
not enough, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I get what you're saying, because I back up to Prairie West Park, and another board, they changed it over, and now there's people there at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, probably high school kids, banging the bell and that, and I understand, because that annoys me. It's not, you're getting more sounds and whatnot for somebody playing pickleball. I get it. And we are trying. Maybe we can talk to the police chief and say, hey, can you put this on one of your routes or something, just to swing by there to check? But, you know, I grew up in Chicago, and I've been out here 20 years, and every park in Chicago, there was somebody doing something. And I get it. Like I said, I back up to park. I was expecting kids to be out there banging, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, because they don't belong there, because it's, But like Mike said, we implemented a curfew where when the curfew comes at 10:30, they got to get out of the park. And even now, they're there after 10:30 as well. I don't call the police or nothing, because, it's just kids being kids, but they go away. It's not the noise that you get. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. But, it annoys me as well. But it's like, in Chicago, there are always kids in the park doing something being idiots, So, I apologize, but
Kids, that's why I'm like, maybe we do Green Giants or just some kind of solutions for everyone, and it don't take away from the park. The pickleballs are still gonna be there, and it gives us more privacy and a sound barrier.
What's
That's all
Green
we're
Giant?
asking
I don't know what a green giant is.
for. A Green Giant,
After weekdays,
Yeah.
our green giants.
like the real.
Oh, the trees.
Arborvitae.
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 The little ones that you got.
sir, can you do me a favor? Just tell me your name and your address.
Taylor.
Address?
Same address.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the green giants, they're like huge trees that cover, just like the ones that when you come in, what's the parish right there where the roundabout is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the middle of the roundabout, are you
Yeah,
talking about?
They built some around the
You got
roundabout.
you got some green giants that's right in front of the pond. You got some green giants that's right before there, right in somebody's backyard. They're very big. That's what they look like when they're grown. That's what we're asking you guys to plant.
I'll look at it when I come
Not
by.
those little bushes that you put. And then the trees that you did put out there, you didn't put them in behind everybody's house. You put them behind Garcia's down. And then toward the park, you didn't put any more new trees. Our backyard didn't get a new tree. We got one bush last year. That's it.
It just,
That's not a tree, that's a bush.
and just so you know too, I don't want to be rude or ignorant, but like I said, I back up to Prairie West Park, and the town, I back up to Prairie West Park, right on 93rd here, and the town put in probably, I would guess, 30 to 40 trees, and those people are upset that they put the trees in because it's going to block their view.
We won't be.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, we can't make everybody happy.
Right, that's the whole, that's the
You know,
problem
if
we have.
make you happy, then people are gonna be mad at us because we planted trees.
No,
That's what I said, we're trying to do stuff. We've done some things already.
And it's gone out there, what do you want, what do you need, blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong, but a lot of people don't come to these meetings unless there's something wrong. It's kind of like, you know, you do 99 good things for somebody, they only remember the one bad thing. It's kind of that way as well. And we need to know things before things happen. You know, the pickleball court's been going up, like we said, for like 5 years and whatnot, and, you know, nobody said anything, but now we plan it, you know, you come in, and I get it. But we need to know things before things happen to take everything into account, you know?
And like Mr. Pondina said the other night, when we originally did the skate park, we had a berm built in. All the neighbors got mad, so we cut that out, because they wanted to be able to see the skate park. So we had to cut that out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're trying to make people happy. It's,
I mean, you could just put it right behind our property.
we're not just gonna dump everything behind one house, because then the next house is gonna want it. The next house is gonna want it. Well, I want trees. Well, I want a swing set. Well, I want, you know, we can't cater to everybody.
And see,
You
I
guys
wanna-
can plant your own trees. I mean, nobody's stopping you from that.
What do you guys want us to say? Like,
I don't want you to say anything, honestly. You've already said your thing, and I'm saying we're trying. We planted trees. If they didn't plant behind yours, we can talk to them, say, why, you didn't plant it behind yours?
So is there anything else that you guys feel that you can do, is what I'm asking?
This has been 1 week for me knowing about this. When you guys came last week,
We've been communicating since May 2nd.
Not to me-
I'm not sure why it never came up in the
Yeah.
meetings.
because
Well,
I mean, Gabe Hernandez actually called me about it, and we had a heated discussion about it. And I called Bill 10 times, and I saw him maybe 3 weeks ago in person. So I don't know why nobody brought it up. but
those are town employees. They work daily. They work Monday through Friday. They're town employees. We are the park board. We don't get paid a penny to do this. We all volunteer our time to work on this board. We meet once a month. So what we get on that monthly basis, usually a couple days before our meeting, we get emails, we get all with all the information that's going over. Through the month, we'll get maybe this or that we go over, and then we bring it up at the meeting. That's why we have the public comment. We open it up. It's an open floor. People come here if they have a problem, if they have discussions. I don't want this pickleball court coming in. I don't want that. That's their time to tell us. And then we talk about it. We talk about it tonight, then we all know about it for next month. We talk with the town. Hey, can we put more trees in your backyard? I know they don't want to put arborvitaes down the whole thing because that's going to make people mad. Can we do it just for you guys? I know they don't want to just put all this money into one person's house, and then the next person's going to want something different. The next person, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to cater to one person. We're trying to figure out something for everybody.
It doesn't have to be just to our house, it could be from the pickleball courts forward, toward the parking lot. That's all we're asking. That's not our house. That's from the pickleball courts straight up toward the parking lot. That's it.
Yeah, I don't have to go around
We're
the
not
whole
saying
park.
doing the whole park or nothing like that. We're just saying from the pickleball courts toward the playground. That's it.
Yeah, and just so you know, like Mike said, you know, we get an email on what's going on and what we need to do and what we need to address.
And
You guys are dealing with the town council, and they don't, that's like, kind of like a personal thing, so we don't hear everything. We don't hear everything that goes on and every call and whatnot, and, you know, that's why we're just hearing of this now, because you came here.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
that-
I wasn't sure who to contact. I just contacted.
You're doing it the right way.
But yes.
You're contacting it.
Because I'm like, oh, he's the manager, so let me talk to him. And when I came here before, that's who they directed me to, was Bill's office.
Yeah, but Bill has the final say-so, pretty much.
So I've been trying to contact him this whole time, you know, and then I actually, it's like one of his secretaries is the one who actually said, hey, why don't you go to one of the meetings?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even dawn on me. I've never done this before. I've never been to a meeting. I've never complained before.
Yeah,
Here or any other place that we've lived.
what
So-
I suggest is, because like Mike said, we're just a board that meets once a month, and like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I had no idea. I knew the pickleball courts opened, the grand opening was a little bit ago, but yeah, this is the first time hearing about any issues with anything. But as far as a board, there is really nothing we can do per se. So you asked the question, like what to do now, or what, I would go probably to the town council and ask them because they're obviously above us. We're below that pay grade as far as, being able to do this or do that. We're just, like Mike said, we're just volunteers. We don't work for the town. We don't get paid by the town or anything like that. So, I would go to the town council meeting and go to the public forum and explain what you're saying to us.
And basically, if you get that ball rolling, and they vote on it or whatever, and say, okay, we're gonna put trees, or, giant trees from the pickleball court to the parking lot, then they're gonna put it on the agenda and say, hey, is the board gonna approve this? So then we would say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, blah, 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 yes, we approve it, or no, we're not gonna approve it. But the town council basically is the meat that's gonna address your problem. Then Billy's gonna turn around and say, okay, the town council did this is what we're gonna do. Couple days before a meeting, we're gonna get this on the paper saying, hey, we're either gonna approve or reject the giant trees going from here to here. And, that's how they tell us a couple days beforehand. I mean, basically, yes, we approve it, but no, we have really nothing to do with it,
Right.
Yeah,
so that's my suggestion is I would go to the town council meeting and, express your concerns with them, because without their approval, like I said, we don't have, the power to just say, yep, we're going to put some trees up, or that's not our, in our purview per se. So I get your concerns. I'd be frustrated.
Just had a meeting, I would have been there.
And like I said, Billy's kind of he basically runs the town, because he answers to the town council. We kind of answer to him. It's kind of like he's kind of the guy that's here every day. So he's, because I'm president of this board, so I talk with him a little bit. I talk with Gabe a little bit. Gabe runs the park department itself. He's running that as basically like the maintenance manager and everything, just the day-to-day operation. So you are talking to the right people. Like they're saying, the next one up would be the town council. They might be like, that's the park board, we're not even dealing with it. This might be going back and forth. And like I told, but like I said, it's, we're not sitting here, that would be Billy to talk to them. But like I said, we're not sitting here flat-footed and doing nothing. Like I said, Billy has already, like he said last week, they've already started, they're trying to run reports, they're trying to check out all these emails that everybody's sending, go through, see how many actual complaints we have, how many people, if you two are the only complaining in the town, or you three, out of 30,000 people, it's kind of like, okay, this isn't a major problem. Yes, we can help you. Like I said, if they've already started planting trees and bushes, we're doing something. It might not be what you want. You might want a big concrete wall built. We're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
or even if we wanted
We're
to
going
do,
to see what we can do.
even if we wanted to do it, we would have to get the okay from the town board as well. So, I mean, they basically tell Billy, and Billy tells us, it's a vicious circle of everything where they kind of run it all, and
And that's even more like the planning committee.
Right.
There's a lot of things that,
we're just trying to put you in the right direction.
and you heard us about the,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
we brought up a
But it-
sign, we brought up that sign earlier. We're like, can we approve that? Well, we have to make sure, I don't know if you heard that, upon their approval, we want to purchase that sign. Because we're like, we really don't have that.
And we're not trying to give you a runaround.
No.
We're just trying to direct it to the right place, and maybe things that you've done aren't the right thing to do, you know what I mean? Or you're not getting any answers. I mean, that's the first place I would start, is going to town council and,
Yeah.
at least putting a bug in their ear. And then if they don't do anything, then you just come next month. And if they don't do it, you just come next month. You know what I mean? It's a vicious circle, but squeaky wheel gets the oil. I apologize, but, no worries, thank you.
Any other public comment? Looking for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion by Mary to adjourn. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Eric. All in favor to adjourn, signify, we didn't, yeah. Signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed with an A,
Nay.
Nay.
and it's carried, 4-0. Wait,
I don't know why we just.
that was 4-0, right?
Yeah,
4-0.
4-0.
We're adjourned.
Thank you, gentlemen.